Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you had a great week. It's that time of year, so let's jump right into today's topic. It is March 31st, 2023, and this is your Friday planning video. It is the end of the month, end of the quarter, time to regroup. How are we doing when we line up against the goals and the scorecard? I've mentioned this before, the markets, the Monday market video, that is a great measure of the short term, pretty much like stopping the car every 12 inches or so to measure your progress on a trip. What I want to continue to do with you is keep our vision a bit further out. Yes, we do have some shorter term goals, but we need to plan correctly for them. The last year or so should have taught you why we have ever used balanced portfolios. Just a quick review. When the markets go pretty much straight up with the zero cost of capital like we had for about 10 years, a balanced portfolio will often underperform. I'll use the following analogy. For those of you who don't know, I'm an auto racing fan, especially open wheel, Indy cars or Formula One. In auto racing and in many sports, weight and aerodynamics play a big part. Ounces make the difference, sometimes between being in the race and not even being competitive. My analogy is we're trying to win the race. But if we leave all of our safety gear in the pits and don't build in some conservative features in the race car, a reinforced cockpit, fire suits and such, we're really just tempting fate. Accidents do happen. Sometimes they're self-induced and sometimes someone else. In your portfolios, bonds, alternative investments, insurance products, not all these are right for everybody, but that's in the portfolio construction conversation. But if we only look at how do we perform when the markets are rising, much like the past 10 years, and we forget that safety gear is there for a reason, we're tempting fate. I was speaking to someone yesterday about the frustration about people who just got into the market in the past 2 to 3 years. Any gains that they got in the beginning of that time, a lot of those gains actually evaporated in the 2022 sell-off. Did they forget the safety gear? Were they only looking at the upside? Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not looking to lock the barn after the horses escaped, as they say. This is just a great time to remind you why we build portfolios with those safety features. We've spent much of the past 10 years, in many cases, looking at our gains and evaluating the portfolios on how to best participate in the upside. I've been talking to you about the other parts of the portfolio for many years now, and as we evaluate your portfolio now, we can determine if the safety gear was right and if it's up to date. Fire extinguisher that is less than effective if it's not up to date. Check those tags. In our reviews, this is what we're doing. Annual reviews, quarterly reviews, market shakeup, check-in calls, all of these are the times when we check the safety gear. By the way, we do not ignore the engine. That's what's driving us forward, the propulsion, if you will. We are also evaluating that to be sure that it's running smoothly. This can also be adjusted in slight adjustments, rebalancing, removing underperforming holdings, tax loss harvesting, and yes, locking in profits. All of this is so important. So please, as Q1 2023 comes to a close, please continue to answer the calls I make to you. We should evaluate your goals and evaluate the vehicle we're using to get there. All the products are not right for all of you, but if they fit, they have some amazing advantages in product design these days. Much like the Formula One car that Michael Schumacher drove in the 1990s would likely not be able to keep up with Max Verstappen in 2023. We have amazing capabilities to bring along the safety gear, but still move forward with solid propulsion. I'll be bringing some of these products and services in our meetings. Know that it's hard. I know that it's hard to believe, but this is not like the safety belt, pretty much unchanged for decades. These products that have come about, they've come about with technology and advancement in overall investment theory. In some ways, things are different this time. Okay, finally, we're in the home stretch. Please check to see if you've made your 2022 IRA contributions. Do you want to make those? Can you make those? You can do so until April 18th this year. Sooner the better for operational purposes for us, since things, of course, get busy. And to to revisit one last topic, cash management. I've been talking about this for the past 5 Friday videos. Please contact me if you're wondering what this is about, or go back and see the videos. Overall, your cash needs to work for you. Unlike a year ago when there really was very little interest to be made in cash accounts, there are places and products that change that today. The Fed has raised rates at a speed rarely ever seen. There may be some bad ripples in the ocean on that, but for interest-bearing accounts, it can be good news for you. Okay, happy early April Fool's Day. Have a great weekend, and please be in touch. We have a lot to discuss, and not just the Formula One in Australia and Indy cars in Texas. So please come back on Monday for the Monday Market Update. Share this video with others who may enjoy it. Have a great weekend.